They just flagged down this motorcycle rider, lady on the back, no helmet. And look at this, he's hidden his license plate with duct tape so that he can't be apprehended on non-contact by CCTV enforcement. Apparently the driver doesn't have a license either, and he said that he borrowed the helmet from someone else. There goes the towing crew now. They're pushing it over to the tow truck. It is being impounded as the driver said he doesn't have a license. Good morning everyone, MMDA back on the road. Right now they're on Padilla and the enforcers are writing out tickets now to these two vehicles for illegal parking. Aside from the cars, there are also motorcycles like this that are being ticketed for parking on the sidewalk. There's one more over here that's being ticketed, and while this is a nice pickup truck, unfortunately it's considered as illegally parked. Across the road there's also that little van there. It looks like the sidewalk clearing team will be putting this one on their truck. That's probably what the security guards were trying to avoid happening to the other one. And from a distance you might think that this is a e-trike, but actually it's gasoline powered. So they're writing out the ticket now. And in come the tow trucks now. I think technically this is Nia Road South, but a lot of people still know it as Padilla Road. So I think it's an easier landmark. And if you're wondering about signs, yes, there's many all along this road, including right here. And they also picked up that sedan from earlier. The team are now looking at all of these vehicles parked in the bicycle lane. Some drivers already came out and then drove away as fast as they could, but some of them are still parked here. And these two little trucks are now being ticketed for parking on the sidewalk. No drivers have come out for these two, so the towing crew are hooking up now. So many doggies around here. So many doggies. And there goes the silver van. The thing to remember is even if there wasn't a bicycle lane there, no parking is allowed anyway. Just yesterday, these car washes were warned to stop using the road for their customers. Unfortunately, they're still doing it, but it's the customer that will get penalized. That's the problem. And there are real, genuine car washes that have proper parking. So you might save money by visiting one of these places, but it'll cost you more in a ticket. This motorcycle rider was chased and eventually forced to stop, and you'll see the enforcer writing out the ticket. It's the gentleman in the black t-shirt over there. He wasn't wearing a crash helmet and they had to chase him a long way. And one of the riders said that while they were chasing him, he actually bumped into their big bike and he has caused damage. Technically that could be held against him, damage to government property. It's only a scratch, but still.
Yan lang, unregistered tsaka reckless lang.
Sa kanya ba yung motor?
Nagpahabol eh. Nasaan yung RCR?
They're calling in a tow truck now. They're going to hit him for no helmet, apprehended after a long chase, expired registration, and they're adding reckless because of the way he ran away from enforcers and the damage he caused to the government big bike. Enforcers writing out a ticket to this tricycle on the sidewalk, and they just finished dealing with that pickup truck in the background. I can also see there's a motorcycle on the sidewalk. So I just saw the enforcer take a photo of this. That's just so that if anyone contests it, he can prove where it was parked on the sidewalk. And you'll see the tow truck coming in now for this vehicle parked here, the white one. They already wrote out the ticket quite a while ago. No driver came out to move it. Aside from the ticket from MMDA, you also pay these towing fees. You can see there's a set rate depending on the weight of the vehicle, and then also how many kilometers to the impound lot. Road right now they're across Crame. I think this is 4th Avenue. They'll be issuing tickets to these vehicles for illegal parking. There's a one-side parking ordinance on this road, meaning they can park on the right side, but they cannot park on the left side. Aside from being parked on the road, this is also on the sidewalk, which is not allowed, even if parking was allowed. This one is actually parked on a corner, but it looks like the driver is willing to cooperate and hand over their license. So it's just a ticket, they don't have to be towed away. In a previous video, someone complained, why don't the MMDA come up with a solution for those who are parking in the road? But look over here, literally just a few meters away. Let me show you what this says. Paid parking, it's available right here. They have a lot of space inside. They apprehended this driver, no helmet. He said, I just came from 7-Eleven. What I noticed is a lot of riders are coming along the street, and when they see the enforcers, they immediately make a turn for the paid parking. And that's the way it is. No one will use paid parking unless they think you're going to get ticketed for parking on the road itself. Even if there's a one-side parking ordinance, obviously you're not allowed to park on a corner. And if you're wondering, it's not just the motorcycle that was ticketed, also the Subaru, the driver just handed over his license now. I always wonder about vehicles like this that drive around without a bumper. What will happen if they're involved in an accident? And I'm a little bit late to location, but they just picked up that car, and if you're wondering why, it's parked next to a fire hydrant. Obviously you're not allowed to obstruct a fire hydrant like that. And over here you'll actually see 3 vehicles that the towing crew are hooking up to. They've already been ticketed for illegal parking, and I think this is the same van that was ticketed for illegal parking a few days ago. Now it's going up on the tow truck. A lot of people don't care about tickets because it's only 1,000 pesos. With towing they really care about, because it's 2,000 pesos with the MMDA, plus they have to pay the towing company. And you might not be able to tell from the angle, but this car is also hooked up to the tow truck for illegal parking. There's another car over here being ticketed. The driver already handed over his license. And same with this one here, parked below the sign that says no parking. It's being issued a ticket. And you'll see the enforcer taking a photo of this one. Not only is there no parking allowed both sides, it's also parked on a corner. So just write out the ticket, and if no driver appears, tow it away to clear the road. And you'll see the barangay are here. They regularly come out to assist the MMDA during these clearing operations, at least in this barangay. I just heard a lady say there's walang consideration, and then she called them gagu. Why? There's so many signs here telling people that parking isn't allowed. And then when you get caught in traffic, you'll complain the enforcers aren't clearing the streets, that they're allowing illegal parking. I'm not sure if we saw this vehicle earlier. It's already on the back of the tow truck. This one's also going up. It's kind of far away, but you can see that SUV being taken in the background. That'll go to Tamana. Oh no, this one has several gunshots in the side. But of course, I'm just kidding, they're stickers. It's being impounded for illegal parking, and there's a sign right next to it which says no parking both sides. I'm not sure about this one. BMW, they couldn't afford a helmet. Sayang. The driver of this one got lucky. They don't have any tow truck remaining, so they just put the ticket under the windscreen wiper. 2,000 pesos, unattended, illegal parking.